What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike back with the Entre, short for entrepreneur. And in this video, we're going to be going over a spot market update and DAT one load search for 26-foot box trucks or box trucks in general, along with Sprinter vans. So this is going to be a box truck and Sprinter van load search. Of course, it's going to be mostly box truck loads on DAT1, but you guys are probably going to be surprised because I have seen a few Sprinter van loads in a certain hot zones. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see over time how many Sprinter van loads they add on in this section. But let's go ahead and hop into it. As always, if you guys need a trucking insurance quote, make sure you hit the link in the description. We can help you out if you're a new business, existing business, and make sure you guys drop a comment down if you like this type of content. Let's get into the video. All right, first we're gonna get into the trend lines right now. So this is for, of course, your van, flatbed, and reefer. I want you to notice since the beginning of basically the last quarter, we've been seeing this little trickle up in rates. So this is pretty interesting. Usually fall and winter are kind of peak seasons for vans. So I'm kind of curious to see what had this effect. I don't know if the delay on tariffs, current fuel price, uh, it is going up. I've noticed that in the past month or two, fuel prices are trickling up a bit for diesel. The current national average is 376. Now we're in the van demand and capacity. This is pretty important. This is for load to truck ratio. It shows for every truck that's in the city, or state, how many loads are available per truck. So usually where higher load to truck ratios are, usually the rate per mile follows, unless of course you're kind of like the Midwest, and a lot of people in that Illinois, man. That's crazy. Illinois, I mean, it's known to be a hot zone for every equipment type. So I guess right now it's being a little, overcompensated right now. All right. Oh, wow. Look at this. Okay. What do we got here? So rates are consistently trending above where 2023, the red line, and 2024, the green line were. Um, and we got that trickle up. I was actually afraid that after the news with tariffs, earlier this year, we were going to keep trickling down. I guess we saw a reversal, like a mini reversal due to them delaying it for 90 days. And now we've actually trickled up and kind of settled. So this is great news. I mean, you guys see the boost they got around peak season, around, everything peaks up in the wintertime for the box trucks and vans too. But it's going to be interesting to see now that we're midway through the year where this line is going to trickle. Are we going to somehow fall? Are we going to raise above where 2023 and 2024 was? Because that would be amazing. And then lastly, we do have the rates. So it looks like load to truck ratio is somewhat accurate. Midwest is always kind of a monopoly. It's always going to be the highest for van rates, but it's just holding on to it. Southeast and South Central, due to the load to truck ratio just being a little bit higher, it looks like they're keeping pretty competitive rates with the Midwest as well. So that's good to see. I always talk about the triangle of Southeast to Midwest, South Central back to the Southeast. That's what I ran all the time. So if you're looking for like a 5-day, 7-day route, those are the lanes that I usually primarily run. Beginning of the week, I'm trying to get to the Midwest. Then I'm getting down to South Central, back to the Southeast, usually Florida area, because rates pay the best, going towards Florida due to it being a peninsula. So all good information so far. Let's go ahead and hop into the load searches. All right, guys, we are on the load board now. We're going to start off with Atlanta, Georgia. And I want you guys to know the only thing different from the rest of the videos is that for equipment type, we got Sprinter van on. Okay, so we got straight box, van, and Sprinter van. I don't want you guys to be confused. So first we'll just kind of go over the highest rate per mile for the straight trucks and vans. And then if we see any Sprinter van loads, we'll go over them. But it's not going to be a lot of them. I checked it out earlier. So for the highest rate, it's a straight box load going from Birmingham, Alabama to Box Elder, South Dakota. One pick, no drop. One pick, one drop, no touch. So you don't need a lift gate for this. Probably, yeah, you don't need a lift gate for it. So that's, just back into a dock, get loaded. Next highest rate actually got a decent rate per mile too, 228, but it is going to New York. So you're going, yeah. Tolls are gonna be crazy. 200 minimum. Pick up ASAP, ready now, deliver tomorrow at 7 a.m. True team only. Say true team. So you need sleeper berth. Because if you end up taking this load without let's say with a day cab with no sleeper, you can only run about 700-ish miles in a day, and that's like really pushing it with the logs. And that's like if you get perfect loading time, and no traffic in it, around Atlanta. But with it needing to be there at 7 a.m. after your 10-hour reset, unless you pick this up like 6 in the morning, you're not gonna have time to run the rest of the, let's say, 130 miles to make it to New York, New York, and it's gonna be traffic. So you need to be there overnight. You kind of got to be parked on the premises, and the only way you're gonna do that is with a sleeper berth team. So I just wanted to go over that real quick before you guys end up taking something like that. Highest rate per mile is that load as well. And the next highest rate per mile, this is a van, so we'll skip it for now. One pick, one. Okay. It's another one pick, one drop, no touch, going to Kentucky from Calhoun, Georgia. Like in the comments. Comments are pretty, pretty cut and dry, but they're specific. So I like that. Yeah. So we're just gonna quickly go over. I'm just gonna take these two options off so we can look at the Sprinter van loads. Show a little bit of love to you guys. Got two results in Atlanta and two similar results. So I think this is something that's gonna grow over time. Now what's confusing about this is that it's saying it's 21 feet and it's only cabinets, right? It's 3 kitchen cabinets. So maybe this was a mistake listing this as a Sprinter van. Maybe it wasn't, because it is pretty light, so it may not be as big as they think. Let's see what else we got. TSA driver needed, no TWIC card, 12 feet, 1,200 pounds on a Sprinter van. So I don't know, these dimensions. I don't know. They ain't giving too much of a Sprinter van. You got 21 feet. Maybe that they meant inches. I'm not too sure, right? But nevertheless, it's good to see loads being placed for Sprinter vans on DAT as well. So let me move myself right here. Dimensions 43, 42. So yeah, that's pretty small. 6 feet. It's more of a Sprinter van load. And we're gonna move on. All right, next search request. We got Stockton, California. We out on the West Coast. Guess we're on. Yeah, we got to be on highest rate per mile. That's for a straight box going to Oregon. 6 drops though, so I knew it was something going on. 447 a mile. It's saying $1,500. There's no telling how many miles this is actually going to come out to be. I guess somewhere around 700 miles, maybe even 800 miles. But yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's see. We got one going from Cali to Washington. 26 feet, 5,000 pounds, 229 a mile. $1.80 going from Cali to Cali, $600. Lift gate required. I'd also ask if it's driver assist required, or are they gonna actually take it off themselves? Pretty important to know. Let's look at the highest rates coming out. 3,100 to go from Cali to Virginia. Requested equipment van. Is that a van load? Yeah, they want a van. Let's look at the highest rate for a straight box going to Atlanta, $1 a mile. Palletized miscellaneous items. Not too heavy though, but it's only $1. I'd ask them how long it's actually going to be, because if it's 3,000 pounds, it's probably not going to be 26 feet, just being honest. So, all right. It's a lot of lows here, but let's go ahead and move on to the next search. We got a good bit. All right, we're in Phoenix, Arizona, so I guess we're just staying on the West Coast for now with the searches. Nothing wrong with that. All right, highest rate is $2,030. Flock freight van, but it's no box truck. So let's look at equipment and go to highest rate for a box truck, because these are hit or miss. You don't know if you'll get them every time. So partial shipment, 24 feet. 57 cents a mile to go to Florida is ridiculous. No sprinters or cargo vans, 180 days required. So at least you guys get, kind of get to see some of this stuff. But the West Coast is going to be pretty tough if you're not coming out of Cali. I don't care if you're in Vegas. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and search Vegas after this. I saw it in the comments. But it's pretty tough market. Just being honest. Highest rate per mile for a straight box is $1.28. Going up to Cali, 26 feet, 102 watts. So no wood walls, lift gate and pallet jack needed to take cargo off the truck. So yeah, this is for all of in this installation. So for all of those requirements, 102 wide, 26 feet. I mean, that's for that rate. It's just we're just gonna move on. So yeah, let's go to Las Vegas because I saw that in the comment section too. Not a lot of freight on here. So highest rate is gonna be what, $1,500 basically. Partial shipment, 24 feet. Seeing a lot of global trends. They're basically kind of like a TQL2. 3U boxes. So yeah, I mean, not much to look at here. Not much of Vegas. Let's go ahead and look at the highest rate per mile, $1.10. Like I said, not much to really look at here, but I do want to just scroll through a few of these just so you can see some of these comments. 24-foot partial is crazy. 8 pallets, plastic gift cards. All right. Let's see what the next search is. Give me a second. All right, we got Erie, PA. That's the next search request. We got Buffalo, New York. Is this highest rate per mile? Highest rate per mile. So 8 feet, $7,500. So that's not that bad, but it's just where it's going. Yeah, got to pick your poison. Let's go to the next one. Goodness, they're posting this one a lot. Dayton, Ohio, no dispatch services. Keep that in mind. Some of these guys, minimum 6 months authority, and they don't want you to have a dispatch service. They want to talk to the owner operator. So that is going to be something that you can be denied on. Now, some dispatchers, as long as they get power of attorney, they can book the load on behalf of you. But some brokers may actually ask, if you're actually driving the truck. So just keep that in mind. They'll ask for tracking, and if it don't match up, it can be a mess. All right. Same company going to, is this a similar type of load? I'm guessing so. Yeah, they just put it in another spot. So let's go ahead and go to the highest rate. 91 cents a mile to go, basically $1 a mile. Partial shipment, seeing a lot of that partial shipment in the comments. Irks my nerve when they do that. And they probably want it there the next day or in 2 days. Like, yeah. Partial shipment. We're seeing a lot of global transfer straight trucks, man. It's like they done took over. Took a lot of TQL freight, I'm guessing. All right, next load search we got is Memphis, Tennessee. Let's see the highest rate. Back in the Southeast. Let's go for a straight $1,100. Not a lot of results though. 27 results. Well, this is on the west side of Tennessee. So I mean, usually you might find something around like that Nashville, Clarksville area, but Memphis is a pretty tough market too. Tennessee is a tough market in general. So one pick, one drop, 26 feet, 5,000 pounds. We're not going to stay here too long, $240 a mile. And it is listed for a van, 5 feet though. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go to highest rate per mile. That same van load, and then the same, just not a lot of loads on here, a lot of partials. 10 feet, 5 feet, 16 feet, 22, All right. And that is going to be it for this video. I will be making more just deep and detailed how to book a box truck load video pretty soon. I usually make those yearly. Last year, the video got, I think, over 65,000 views. So you guys really love the deep dives, like everything you need to know about a load board, posting your truck, what documents you need to book your first load. So that video is coming up. But other than that, I'm just curious if you guys could drop down what you expect to make with the 26-foot box truck, 24-foot box truck, etc. I want you to drop that down in the comment section. I love to kind of make a video on if your guys' expectation is realistic or not in this current market, where rates are kind of steady and they're higher than they were in 2023 and 2024. But you got to know what you're doing, right? And there are certain things you can do to put yourself ahead of your competition. So I hope you guys keep using this channel as a resource to help you kind of bridge that gap. And until next time, man, I'll see you guys later. Peace.